Right now, we're going to head over to the Indian River Land Trust and talk with Ken Grudens. Hello, Ken.
Good morning, Bob.
So I was talking with Commission Chair Darrell Lohr before you, and we were talking about the fact that the Indian River Land Trust helped fund a pump-out boat or on the lagoon, which is a little bit of something.
Very excited about it.
Something different for the Land Trust, isn't it?
A little different. You know, for a number of years now, say about 2-3 years, we've been working as a catalyst to accelerate elimination of residential septic tanks from polluting the Indian River Lagoon. And that's been a great partnership with the Clean Water Coalition of Indian River County and with the City of Vero Beach. And now also we're working on a project to remove about 150 systems on the lagoon onto sewer with the county. So we've been partnering in this area, and the opportunity arose to help leverage a grant that the county was seeking almost a year ago now. And in talking with the Clean Water Coalition, they said there was an opportunity to work together to essentially provide the grant match for the purchase of the boats. The Land Trust actually presented a check yesterday, which is what Commissioner Lohr is speaking of, to the County Commission for $29,000 and change as a 25% cost of the purchase of the boat, including a trailer and all the stuff that is needed with it. And now the county is working to get it into the water and get it working to travel up and down the lagoon to private boats and offer a free service to pump out their septage, rather than the possibility of potentially folks just offloading it into the lagoon rather than having to pull up anchor, go find a place where they can pump out, probably have to be charged for it, and then make their way back to Anchorage. So it's really a win-win, because we want to clean the lagoon, and this is even more impactful really than the septic systems on the land.
So they call that septage, huh? That's the name for
it? Yeah.
Well,
and it's raw.
Yeah, I'll bet. And it's a free service, huh? That
will be a free service once they get it rolling. Hopefully, sometime in May. They just already have some details for emptying their boat into the sewer, the county's, or the county's sewer system that will then allow it to be treated like all other sewer systems.
Well, I guess it is. I guess it is solving a pretty big problem in that, as you said, they would normally have to go somewhere and probably pay for it. Up anchor wherever they are and find a place, whether it's City Marina or whatever. And
right.
The more roadblocks you take away, the easier it is to get that stuff done. So, congratulations.
I mean, it's boat-to-boat service, and once the word gets out, they can. I think they can. Initially, they'll be moving up and down the river and getting to be known that they have this program. But I think what it works is that there's a phone number, and people just call the number, find out what day they're in that area of the lagoon, because they'll be going up and down the whole lagoon with the one boat across the week, and just be available to do that work. And I think they've done this in other areas of the state. I believe Martin County and St. Lucie have had great success with their boats. So we're getting on the bandwagon to really make an impact. And the Land Trust is really pleased to be part of that, with the use of some private funds that were donated to the Land Trust some years ago to directly clean out the lagoon. So that's where that funding is coming from.
Oh, congratulations. That's a much-needed service, and it looks like it's going to start happening fairly soon.
Yeah, we're excited. And we continue to work with the county and the city. The county is working with some grant funds they received for building the infrastructure into these roads that are on the lagoon to eventually move, 150 septic systems into their sewer system. And they say that septic systems that are within, I think it's about 1,000 feet or so of the lagoon are most impactful rather than ones that are further inland. I mean, everything eventually can impact the lagoon, but when you're closer, you got a more direct impact. And so those are the areas that we've been focusing on being a catalyst in. And we're excited to keep working with the Clean Water Coalition in the City of Vero Beach. That organization really spearheaded that project that we became a part of to help fund and to essentially provide connections to the city's what they call STEP system, which is modified, but it's still into their sewer system. It's a modified system that makes it a little bit easier to connect. And that program has been working with income-challenged homes to essentially provide the connection that they need for free.
Wow, that's another great thing. And we haven't had a chance to talk since last month. I went to the thing you had on a Saturday where you were talking about the 300 acres and showing some of the property there and what it consists of. And boy, what a great piece of property that is, right along the lagoon.
Yeah, right along the area they call the Narrows, just north of the Barber Bridge, the Land Trust has been able to acquire a total of 300 acres over, I think it was 7 different real estate transactions over a 10-year period. And talk about impact on the lagoon. If we hadn't been able to purchase that particular part of the property that we were on, that would have been development, and it would have been right on the lagoon, maybe not with septic systems, but with a lot of runoff and other impacts that occur with development on the lagoon. So we were pleased to showcase that property. And someday we hope to be able to provide some kind of access there. Excuse me. We're working on a lot of different properties right now to improve habitat and provide access to.
Yeah, you guys have been really busy, and it shows. Again, when anybody that goes over the bridges and takes a look around either side, you see a lot of areas not developed, and you can thank the Land Trust for a lot of that.
Land Trust, and before the Land Trust, the county was able to acquire key properties. For example, right across the Narrows are the Lost Tree Islands, and that's some 500 acres of 3 significant islands that you see also from the bridge. And the county owns those, and they're in the process of restoring those properties as well, creating some shorebird habitat along the edges and removing the invasive exotics in the middle. And that's another area that I think at one point there was a proposal to put a bridge across those islands and build on them.
Yeah.
So with bond funds, the county's been able to acquire a lot of important properties. The Land Trust has been involved in all those bond funds, promoting them and getting them on the ballot and getting folks to understand what they're about and getting the passage. But the county's really implemented that program very well.
All right. Well, Ken, thanks so much for being on the show. And people can find out more about the Land Trust by going to your website, which is
irlt.org, O-R-G.
irlt.org.
Thank you, Bob.
All right. We'll talk again soon.
All right. Thank you.
Ken Grudens with the Indian River Land Trust.